आपल्या विद्यापीठाच्या गीताची सुरुवातच नमस्काराने होते. अतिशय सुंदर विद्यापीठ गीत आहे. ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर हेल्थ and Pro-Chancellor of this great university, Shri Girishji Mahajan, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Lieutenant General Retired Dr. Madhuri Kanitkar, all the deans of the faculty, Pro-Vice Chancellor, Registrar, Controller of Exam, Finance Officer, all the staff of the university, members of the Senate present here, members of Board of Management, Academic Council members, all the faculty members, students and parents. First of all, let me thank MUHS family for inviting me here to be with you on this auspicious occasion. MUHS is celebrating or entering in 25th year, and this is a very important year when India is also celebrating the presidency of G20 this year. We are in Amrit Kal, and so our responsibility to meet the expectations what have been put forward us become very, very important. When I met Honorable Minister, I asked him that how can he keep so fit besides being a minister? So what is his success of being fitness? So he qualified very much for being here to preside over the function of Health Sciences University, not only because of the minister. We also have witnessed the Sustainable Development Goals which have been put forward before us. And among the 30 different requirements of this goal, one of them is universal health care, which is extremely important. Availability, accessibility and affordability of healthcare has emerged as a major problem all over the world, not only India. And the problem is really we talk about healthcare, but in our mind, we always think of medicine. We always think of medical care, We are equating healthcare with medical care. Healthcare is typically a Western notion. When Western countries could achieve all that whatever is required for health, which mean indicators or determinants of health, safe drinking water, nobody squats there on road. So when they achieved, what was remaining was primary healthcare, and so they equated. But we have not addressed all that yet. Actually, our country is facing triple burden of disease, because the traditional burden of diseases we have maintained, which is infectious diseases or communicable diseases. So we still have tuberculosis, we still have malaria and such other diseases. Plus, because of the changing lifestyle, we have adopted now Western lifestyle, Western diet, and we have not taken the good things from them, which is the discipline, which is the professionalism. But we have taken their pizza, their burgers, their soft drink, Coke and Pepsi, And because of all that, we are now facing the epidemic of non-communicable diseases or lifestyle diseases. And to handle these diseases, alone one pathy is not possible. One pathy cannot address this. For example, disease like diabetes is not giving insulin or metformin. It requires a very serious management of the entire person, looking at a person, not only his or her pathological reports. So there is a big change happening in the entire medical community all over the world, and integrative approaches to medicine are becoming predominant. I am very happy that MUHS, under the leadership of Dr. Kanitkar, has looked into it very seriously, and several initiatives to integrative medicine are coming up. Integrative medicine doesn't mean mixopathy, Integrative medicine means evidence-based medicine which is in the best interest of patient or people. It is people-centric medicine, it is person-centric medicine. And that is what, if you look at the top of the top medical schools all over the world, you will find that be it Harvard, be it Yale, be it Karolinska, you'll find that integrative medicine centers are there. Comparatively, although we have roots, of our own heritage, India is lagging behind, And our Prime Minister has talked about it several times, that we should keep people at the center, patient at the center, and dissolve these silos. This silo mentality we will have to come out with, and rather than a war of turf, we should look what people need. So public health and preventive medicine should be at the focus. I personally feel that when we will start giving the recognition, due respect, and I would say glamour to family physicians and general practitioners, as we give it to the cardiac surgeons or neurosurgeons, the entire system will change. Not only that, when we will start respecting more our nurses and allied health sciences, that will be a big change. Because remember that behind every doctor, there is a nurse and exhausted allied medical staff. So we must remember the changes which are happening because of the technology all over. If we continue to do the same in incremental fashion in which we are doing, let me tell you that people have already predicted that those mediocre doctors will go out of job because robots are coming up. Artificial intelligence is coming up in a big way. So unless we develop those sensitivities of mind, which robots cannot develop, these sensitivities of mind and the clinical acumen, strengthening of that which we have been losing because of this mechanization which is happening. On one side, it is very good, but let me tell you that despite technological advances, if you look at the healthcare, in top of the top countries like America, the American system of healthcare, as you know, is in deep trouble. Means the way in which they have taken super specialization is no more helping them. As against that, country like Japan, who are very strong in family physician base, they are doing much better in healthcare. So as a health sciences university, I think this university has taken up that responsibility, and the kind of leader which you have chosen, Mantriji, तुम्ही जो इथं आज व्हाईस चान्सलर म्हणून ज्यांना नेमलेला आहे, आय डोंट नो या कशा इथं आले हा मला सुद्धा प्रश्न पडला होता. शी इज सच अ डेकोरेटेड ऑफिसर. Not only President Medal, but a competent and eminent pediatric nephrologist, and the way in which she is changing this whole ecosystem. Yesterday I had a walk with her on the campus, and I could see the whole thing is changing over here. And I'm so happy to really notice that the entire staff and teaching and non-teaching staff is now with her, supporting all, and you are emerging as a very strong team to present as a role model before many health sciences universities. Honorable Minister, I also must tell you that health sciences universities in India are facing a big problem. Because I represent NAC now, I am currently chairman of NAC, and I know that if they decide to apply to NAC, they just cannot think of applying to NAC. Because they don't qualify to be a typical university. What is the idea of university told by National Education Policy? So in order to meet them, to move ahead and emerge as a university, lot of support from the government is required. Lot of support from government is required. And in fact, 2 days ago, I was in Kerala, and the Vice Chancellor of Kerala Health Sciences University also met me. And there is the Association of Health Sciences Universities. Everybody is facing the same problem, that they have to come out of this examination model, and emerge as an independent university which becomes a role model. And I'm sure under your leadership and support from the government, this will definitely happen. The last thing I wanted to mention that in general education, National Health Policy has come out with excellent ideas, and for the first time National Education Policy also has boldly recognized our own strengths. So we must build on our strengths without compromising the rigor of science. And if we are able to do this, I think the addressing public health issues, what public needs? Primary health care. They need prevention. They need simple ways, to handle their health. Our health in our hands. Doctors are actually guardians of health. They are guardians of health. Medicine giving is one component to cure diseases, but the role is much more than that. We should not make people think that by taking medicine they will get health. The advocacy for health is equally important for the doctors, and I think the ecosystem, what I see here, I am sure that this university will move in this direction. India needs an entirely different model. We cannot follow the Western models for our system, and our model should be based on our own history, our own culture, our own knowledge, combined with what is coming in the future. I would just say that from the expectation point of view, I think that we need 3-4 important things as universities. First thing, I think that decolonization is very important. Let me tell you that among various policies, Boer committee which recommended and which tactically bypassed traditional knowledge systems of India still prevails. After that, 10 or 15 top committees have come, but still Boer committee recommendations prevail. We have to change this mindset. So decolonization is very important. We have to open our mind. If we are bringing medical doctors from our medical schools who don't know about our own knowledge systems of Ayurveda, Yoga, Unani, Siddha, what kind of medical graduates we are bringing out? We have to think this very seriously. China doesn't do it. Every Chinese doctor is exposed to traditional Chinese medicine. Every Korean doctor is exposed to traditional Korean medicine. Every Japanese doctor is exposed to traditional Japanese medicine or Kampo. So why we are lagging behind in this? Because we need now, especially when non-communicable diseases are coming up, we need this very, very strongly. So decolonization, then deregulation. Once we get a good leader like Dr. Kanitkar, we should be able to give them complete freedom. Minimum regulation, so that university will be able to progress faster. And I'm not talking about this only. I have been, as Vice Chairman of UGC, within UGC we have been promoting that we need to deregulate our own system. Today we are highly regulated, and therefore the ease of doing business, what Vice Chancellor you mentioned, is very, very important. The next thing is, although a minister is sitting here, I would like to mention that. And I told you that he qualifies very well because of his own health and own fitness. But depoliticization of universities is also necessary. And the last D is decoding narratives. Today we are thrown with lot of different kind of narratives which are confusing, and within our students we have to inculcate critical thinking so that they are able to understand what is true and what is false. They should be able to understand what is happening around us. They should be able to develop those sensitivities in their mind irrespective of what faculty they bring in. If a graduate student or graduate medical student or graduate engineering student, if they are not able to understand the agonies of the farmers who are making suicides in Marathwada, I think in India they should not be called as graduates, they are just degree holders. So this transition from a degree holder to an educated person is also responsibility of so holistic education, is also has been promoted in National Education Policy. I think all this, as Health Sciences University, you already are addressing that. I would like to end my talk by quoting what our Prime Minister tweeted on the World Health Day 2022. He tweeted, Arogyam Paramam Bhagyam Swasthya Sarvartha Sadhanam. It captures the whole essence, what he tweeted on that day, and under his dynamic leadership, and with leaders like Dr. Kanitkar and the able ministers like Mahajanji, I'm sure MUHS will emerge as a role model. My all the best wishes for you, madam, and on the 25th year, all of you will witness that this caterpillar is getting converted into a beautiful butterfly very soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.